Hey, welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel today. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I wanted to talk in this video a little bit about a feature that my Audi R8 has, and actually almost all Audi R8s have them. There are a select few that don't, and that is the magnetic ride control system. And what that system does is it actually allows the car to pretty much transform the suspension. It has two dual modes of suspension, and the first suspension setting is actually a very soft suspension. It's if you're out driving on the roads and there's lots of imperfections in the road, it will actually just kind of allow the vehicle to float over them. But then when you click the button, as you are seeing here, you actually click down on the magnetic ride control system and it will light up. That means you are in sport/track mode. What that does is it stiffens the magnetic ride control system to a point where now it will actually it won't glide right over, it won't just bounce, it will be very rigid. You will feel every imperfection in the road, but it keeps you very stable. It keeps you flat, so around corners, it just keeps you planted, and is a very neat feature. Now, it's actually something that I kind of thought was maybe a bit of a gimmick. I actually got to drive the C7, and that was my first experience on actually realizing that the mag ride system is not a complete just a joke. It really does work. There's actually multiple modes on the C7s. This again just has two, but when I first got to try it on my drive home from Wisconsin, I actually was in the track mode setting and I was feeling every bump, and I immediately hit that button and everything went soft, everything went smooth. I really was shocked. It did make me laugh. It almost, made me giggle because it was so funny. I was shocked that just one button in this car that is 10 years old was capable of that. Now, to give you a little bit of insight on exactly what the mag ride system is it's a shock that is filled with this magnetic fluid, and that magnetic fluid can be changed so that it can actually be softer, obviously, or more dense so that it can stiffen up or become more rigid. And with the push of that button, that is what it allows it to do. Now, one of the Achilles heel of this vehicle is the magnetic ride, and what I mean is the magnetic ride is known to go out. There are two things on the Audi R8 that are known to go out. The mag ride, which is very expensive, almost $7,000 if you change all four mag shocks, or the AC compressor, which for this is a full engine out, unfortunately, which is crazy because it's really not that bad of a part, but that's almost $3,500. So for the mag ride to go out $7 grand, you really have to watch it. Now, this car had no leaking shocks that I was told, and then it's been kind of overlooked again and again. I think we're good at only 10,000 miles. I should be good for a very long time, but eventually they could start to leak, or they call it weeping, and that means that fluid will start to actually seep out of the shock. Now, when that happens, that means you'll start bottoming out. You'll hear a thud or a clunk, and the mag ride system will not work like it is supposed to, and you can actually eventually get an error on your console letting you know that it is failing and needs to be serviced, and nobody wants that because $7,000 is crazy. Now, you can change them each one at a time, but they usually recommend doing all four at once, because once one goes, they say pretty much all the ones around the car will go, because they've all kind of been, hitting the same bumps, the same terrain, but not always. Some people will change them. One thing is people got so fed up with it, they've actually had coilover deletes, and that will actually delete the mag ride, but I really can't imagine doing that. I love the system. I really think it's great. I would hate to get that type of a bill, but I thought I would share that with you guys. I thought I would talk about a very cool feature, and if you've never had the opportunity to ride in a car with a mag ride in it, I highly recommend it because it's just a cool thing. It's one of those technological just advances that even 10 years ago they still had, and it's just continuing to get better. So, like I said, I wanted to share that with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already a part of the family, and you all take care. I'll see you tomorrow as always.